Okay, I was just doing videos, like silly tarot videos to sound. And, okay, I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I was thinking about, like in my head, I was like mocking all of the social media readers that start recording and they're like, I'm seeing something big, or like, I'm getting a certain energy, blah, blah, blah. And I guess that's the perfect example of, it's nothing really about them. It's that I wish I was as cool as them, and I wish I could do it like that. And so I'm gonna make fun of it because, you know, I wanna devalue it because I really am jealous. And it sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but I'm actually being totally, like, truthful because it is true. I mean, not in it, I don't wish ill on people or anything but like that, but like, you know what I mean? I'm just, at this point, rambling. But anyways, I just split that on accident to the Three of Swords. Reverse Knight of Cups right here. What's under this one? Three of Wands. Let's split that again. Reverse Ace of Wands. This one popped out. Seven of Swords. Taking too much from carry. Yeah. Justice in that. Cutting through the illusion with the Moon. And fulfilling achievement energy of the Ten of Wands, as well as the King of Wands. I don't know why I'm still doing this, the Hanged Man, anyways. I don't know why I'm still doing this, like, I don't know, I'm still hanging myself here, still. Anyways, in my head, I was mocking those readers, and then I got the sudden sensation, and I literally got this energy and this pull in my stomach of like, you need to make a video right now. And it's to describe the energy that you're getting right now, because you know it's not yours. It's some sort of a message, and now you get to eat your own shit, because you were just making fun of those people. So here is that fucking sensation, and now you know how they feel, because they're giving, they get the same pull that you just did. And Spirit was like, you know that that's your intuition, bitch, and you know that your whole journey recently is to find it, and you know you found it. You can't deny that, or that makes you an egotistical hypocrite. Five of Swords keeps me stagnant. Anyways, here I am. I had really weird, strong, fiery energy, but also kind of nervous energy. There's this weird dynamic. It feels almost like a triangle. Four of Swords and Three of Wands. Whoa, that's weird. I wouldn't say it's necessarily bad energy, but it's really intense. It's really tense. It's like physical. It's Two of Pentacles. It's more passionate than angry, but there's anger there. I'm getting obsession with this. Like, there's a lack of priority. There's a focus that is like a little bit obsessive and unhealthy. Two of Wands, an energy of oversight, an energy of looking, watching you from afar, watching reverse King of Swords, kind of controlling, domineering, scary energy. Knight of Pentacles, I'm seeing, okay, so it's been brewing. So it's somebody you have a connection with, King of Wands, you have a strong connection with, karmic partner. For King of Pentacles is the slowest suit, so I'm thinking 4 lifetimes, rebirths, multiple lifetimes, a karmic partner. This has been a long cycle. Lizards, geckos, ravens or crows, like a steel blue, sky blue color, yellow. I'm getting a ram, and then a chart. I'm thinking that made me think of the Chargers. I heard the word noble steed, which was weird as fuck. It's like I'm getting this energy of like growing resentment, some masculine figure growing, like, oh, okay, 4 on the timer. Growing resentment towards you because you're not seeing them as a loyal steed, and they want you to so bad, but yet they're not understanding that if they gave off that energy, you would see them that way. they're stuck in their ego. They're sitting over there with their arms crossed, like, she doesn't see me for who I am. But who they think they are is not who they are. 509. 509 is for some reason relevant. Where's my book? 8 of Cups. They have like kind of an illusion that they're filling your cups. And honestly, okay, don't hate me, don't like shoot me, I'm just the messenger, but honestly, it's not that they're doing it maliciously, and it's not even really that it's their fault. It's that you haven't set strong boundaries, because you haven't said anything about the things that they're doing and saying, and so they're thinking that what they're doing is good or enough, or that they're not knowing that there's anything wrong because you're not setting boundaries. So while you're growing resentment for this person because they're not loving you right, or they're doing certain things that you don't like, or whatever it is that you're not speaking up about, they're getting an inflated ego because they're thinking everything's good when it's not. And you're basically training your partner to do the things you don't like, the things that trigger your exact trauma, right? Because the reason why you're nervous to set boundaries is because there's a trauma wound there. And it comes from childhood, traumatic events, PTSD. So I guess, do you see how this is weird, this is coming to me, but like, it's not really something I've ever thought of until just now. As I'm saying it, I'm like trying to keep up with my mouth. I'm like trying to keep up with understanding the message with what's coming out of my mouth. It's weird. How communication or accurate exchange of energy, reciprocal exchange of energy, balanced, direct, transparent, stoic exchange of energy is so important, because I think a lot of times we are really perpetuating our own issues because we're not setting boundaries. And I think maybe it's just because I'm autistic and haven't thought about it like this. I don't know if this is something other people will resonate with, but like when people talk about setting boundaries, I always knew it was like a thing, like for me, right? Like so that, my autonomy is kept intact. I'm not, biting off more than a knife can chew, or I'm not saying yes to things I don't want to do, or I'm not people pleasing, or I'm not going overboard, or whatever else. I never thought about how it's also affecting the other person, because if I'm not speaking up and setting boundaries, they're doing things that they think are okay, even if it was something they accidentally did once that you took for rude, but you're not going to communicate about it. They're not going to, even if they're doing it unintentionally, they're not going to not know to not do it. And then you're over here building resentment because they're continually doing something you don't like. And then by the time you do say something, they're like, what the fuck? And then it seems like you're just being dramatic at that point because you're so frustrated and pent up, and they're so like, this is coming out of nowhere. And you're like, I swear I've told you, I've been trying to tell you, blah, 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 blah. But the truth is that you've been beating around the bush as well with telling directly what it is that's wrong, or the fool, repeated fool. You're not telling Queen of Swords. You've got all this clarity, but you're holding on to it, bitch, because you think you still need to have the power and the control. So yeah, you might tell them and bring to them what the issue is, or you might set a certain boundary, but you won't explain it, or you won't come at it with compassion and love, or you won't give them a chance to understand it in real time by you politely, respectfully talking about it and not just, being petty. I'm fine, whatever. I mean, really, we all just create we all literally create everything we hate in ourselves. And that's why when you see people heal, things get better for them. It's not even that things get better. It's that they're not making their own lives worse. They're not pouring mud on their own life water. You know what I mean? They're not pouring mud in their own well. Wow, that's actually really profound. It's not that the well raises up or gets clearer. It's that they're not continually polluting it. Wow. And with that, I'm seeing like the divine cleansing it with rain. Holy shit, that's powerful.